Hello and welcome to a new video. Now this is something a little bit different because normally when it comes to comics, I don't, especially with the newer ones, I don't tend to speak. But as we're in the season on Fantastic Four, with the recent release of Fantastic Four, The First Steps, I thought why not showcase this particular comic. And this is Ultimate Fantastic Four, and this is issue 1. So I don't know if it's worth anything, but I don't plan on getting rid of it. But this is the very first issue, and this follows on from Ultimate Spider-Man. And this, I don't know if it's still carrying on. I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't. This is when Marvel did their range of Ultimate comics, where they basically set it in a new in another universe where they could do a complete retelling of the origins of certain characters. They did that with Spider-Man, and that took off and did really well. And then they did that with, obviously now, as you can see, with Fantastic Four. I even forgot that I even had the first issue of this. And I do have the, nearby, well, right next to me, I do have the second and third issues. So if people are interested, I will showcase issue 2 and issue 3, as it's, this is a part 1 of the, this one's called The Fantastic Part 1. So again, as I said before, if people are interested, then I'll do a follow-up with issue 2 and 3. I know that similar with Ultimate Spider-Man, that when enough of the issues were released, they released them as graphic novels in different volumes. So if you're somebody that did miss out, probably maybe still available if you dig around. I know that I do have in my collection the Ultimate Spider-Man, a collection of the Ultimate comics as a volume 1, and I don't know how many volumes that were released. So I don't know if I do have the Fantastic Four ones as graphic novels as well. If I do happen to find it, then I will showcase it at a later time. So we've got a really nice gloss finish there, and then it's a completely retelling. So it's in really great condition. I don't know what year this came out. In fact, I'm gonna have a quick look to see what year it's, because I'm thinking that this was quite a long time ago. Because I don't think it's kind of going on now. So I was having a look. Let's see if it ran for. Yeah, it says here the publication date. So this is over 21 years old. So the publication date was February 2004 to February 2009, and it ran for 60 issues. And at the time, it was on a monthly ongoing series. So there are 60 issues of Fantastic Four. It was created by Brian Michael Bendis, Mark Miller, Adam Kubert, and was based upon the original characters by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. And Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Miller's run was from issue 1 to issue 6. William Ellis from issue 7 to 18. Michael Carey from issue 19 to 20 to 33 to 57. With the Ultimate times 4 and the apparently it's 2 annuals. And then Mark Miller from issue 21 to 32 with the annual 1. Joel Pulaski from issue 58 to issue 60. So, and then the penciler on these comics were Adam Kubert from issues 1 to 6, then issues 13 to 18. Stuart Immonen, butchering that, issue 7 to issue 12 and annual 2. Jolly, issue 19 to issue 20. Greg Land from issue 21 to 32. Fraser Irving on annual 2. Pascal Ferry from issues 33 to 38, and then from 42 to 46. And yeah, there's loads of different artists here who have drawn it. So we have a quick look at the comic here. I don't even know what it's about. All I know is it's basically like a retelling of the origin of the Fantastic Four. So you can still keep the continuity of the original Fantastic Four comics while being able to tell a retelling of the actual issues. And that's the one thing I like about what both DC and both Marvel do, where especially with the Absolute series, where obviously now they're doing the retelling of Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Flash, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and where they're doing a retelling of what would have happened, you know, where the universe has been altered, so you got a completely different origin story. And they've done it with stuff like Elseworlds as well, and you can see that the artwork looks really, that's how I like my artwork, where it's kind of like realistic but yet still kind of a little bit of a cartoony look to it, but still realistic at the same time. And you've got a game here for the Xbox and PlayStation 2, so you can see how old this is. And yeah, it's absolutely great. I remember reading it years ago, but I just don't even remember you know, the actual story, what was going on. But I do remember it being very different to the original storyline of the original Fantastic Four, and even then with the original origin story of the Fantastic Four, similar to all characters, whether it's DC or Marvel, every few years they're always updating it or redoing the origin story of their characters. So that's something that's gonna happen anyway. So that's cool, yeah. But this, when I'm looking at this, although this was the early 2000s, it's still giving me like memories of the late 90s, where it came to the comics, which I actually miss. Well, obviously I'm still reading and collecting comics now, of course, but I still kind of miss that the night of the comics and going to the different comic stores, and especially with the summer sales, and you know, buying comics and sales and stuff. I mean, I really enjoyed doing that. But yeah, I would say obviously this is the end of part one. I would definitely say that if you're a Fantastic Four fan, especially after seeing the new movie, that I would definitely recommend getting this. Again, I don't know how easy it's going to be in getting the first issue like what I have, or you know, you could probably get the graphic novel. The collector probably released each of the issues, a bunch of issues as different volumes, so you're probably getting maybe it's possible that every day probably release several volumes with like 4 of the maybe comics 1 to 6 in each volume, similar to what they did with Ultimate Spider-Man. But yeah, I'll definitely recommend, if you're somebody that wants a more modern flavor and a more modern take to the Fantastic Four, then you can't go wrong with the Ultimate Fantastic Four. Again, this is the first issue, which I'll be putting back in its plastic sleeve, so I don't end up accidentally damaging it or spilling something or actually tearing a page in it. So that I want to try to look after and preserve, especially with my issue ones of comics, regardless of whether they're DC or Marvel. Anyway, I hope people enjoy this video. Again, if people if it does get good views and people are enjoying this, I will do the second issue and the third issue, and maybe with some of my select favorite comics out of my collection, I might do a similar thing, especially if I remember the storyline of the comics. I'll keep this short but sweet when it comes to this video. If you want to see things like comics, video game unboxings, Blu-ray steelbook unboxings, and my Blu-ray and Blu-ray steelbook collection, food and drink reviews, movie and TV show reviews and recommendations, clothing pickups, video game unboxings and video game playthroughs, figures and statues of superhero, whether they're DC or Marvel, Star Wars, Transformers, or from movies. This is the channel to be. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and please keep safe wherever you are in the world, and please be kind to each other, and I will speak to you on the next video, hopefully issue 2, if people do like this video. Bye for now.